Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says agriculture reforms offer new markets to farmers and government is committed to increase farmers' income. Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan says ensuring higher standards of medical education are top priority for government. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Button attributes contribution of Catholic institutions for raising standards of education in the state. And all states except Tamil Nadu avails benefits of newly announced scheme for special assistance to states for capital expenditure. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today expressed happiness that the speed of economic recovery is encouraging despite the ups and downs due to COVID-19 pandemic. Delivering the inaugural address at FICCI's 93rd Annual General Meeting, Modi said economic indicators are raising hopes and the country has learned a lot during the difficult times. He gave the credit to the country's entrepreneurs, youth, farmers and all Indians. Modi said government reforms are removing all kinds of needless frameworks and pointed out that agriculture sector is one such example. He said rural India is undergoing a massive change today and active internet users in rural India today are higher than urban India. He said India's private sector cannot just fulfill domestic needs but should also create a global image for itself and added that Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan is a vision to make quality products in India and make Indian industries globally competitive. Prime Minister Modi says India's corporate tax is among the most competitive in the world and India is also one of the few countries that have faceless assessment and faceless appeal facility. Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan today said ensuring the highest standards of medical education are a top priority for this government. He said medical education forms the apex of the healthcare pyramid. The minister digitally addressed the convocation ceremony of Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi. He told the students that it is the quality of graduating doctors and specialists that will determine the quality of healthcare services in the country for generations to come. The health minister reminded all the students that medicine is not another profession but a vocation. 197 undergraduate students, 129 postgraduate students and 7 postdoctorates received their degrees today. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Button attributed the contribution of Catholic institutions for their painstaking efforts in raising the standards of education in the state. He said that many successful and influential personalities in the state are products of the institutions. Button said this today while gracing the Lotha Catholic Union Silver Jubilee as special guest at Don Bosco Parish at Woka. Button said 25 years is a glorious achievement, a time to give thanks to God for his blessings and to forgive each other. Button lauded the pioneers, parish fathers, sisters and all the faithful believers for their achievements. Encouraging the students present during the celebration, Button assured them of 10 lakh rupees if they emerge successful in IAS or IPS through UPSC and 5 lakhs for getting NCS or NPS in NPSC. The Deputy Chief Minister also unveiled a Jubilee monolith in the presence of the Most Reverend Dr. James Topil, Bishop of Kohima Diocese, and also planted saplings in commemoration of the Silver Jubilee celebrations. All states except Tamil Nadu have availed benefits of the newly announced scheme for special assistance to states for capital expenditure. The scheme was announced by Finance Minister on 12 October as a part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat package. It is aimed at boosting capital expenditure by state governments who are facing a difficult financial environment this year due to shortfall in tax revenue arising from COVID-19 pandemic. Capital expenditure has a higher multiplier effect, enhancing future productive capacity of the economy and results in a higher rate of economic growth. So far, capital expenditure proposals of over 9,879 crore rupees of 27 states have been approved by the Finance Ministry. To deal with menace of fake firms, fly-by-night operators and circular trading entities, the Goods and Services Tax field formations have cancelled over 1,63,000 registrations in October and November this year due to non-filing of GSTR 3P returns for more than 6 months. Sources in the Department of Revenue said within 1 month of its nationwide drive launched in second week of November against GST fake invoice frauds, Directorate General of GST, Intelligence and CGST Commissionerates has so far arrested 132 persons, including 4 chartered accountants and a woman, for availing or passing on ineligible input tax credit fraudulently. Officials have also booked 1,430 cases against more than 4,586 fake GSTIN entities identified across the country. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. Union government has exempted handicraft and GI toys from quality control order, taking steps towards the Prime Minister's vision of making India a global manufacturing hub for sale and export of toys. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade DPIIT has devised a comprehensive action plan. Quality control order has been issued by the department for standardization and quality adherence of toys. The order will come into effect from 1st January next year. Now, DPIIT has released Toys Quality Control Second Amendment Order 2020. It exempts goods manufactured and sold by artisans registered with Development Commissioner Handicrafts from use of standard mark under license from Bureau of Indian Standards. Indian Military Academy gave another batch of brave hearts to the Indian Army as 325 cadets passed out from the prestigious institute today in Dehradun. After the final step, the cadets became an integral part of the armed forces. 70 cadets from 9 friendly countries also passed out from the portals of IMA. Vice Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General S.K. Saini, was present as a reviewing officer of the parade. The entire ceremony was conducted with due COVID precautions. While being conducted in a scaled-down backdrop on account of COVID, the passing out parade retained the ceremonial grandeur and regalia. Krishi Vigyan Kendra Twensang held a scientific advisory committee meeting today at Navin Conference Hall, which was attended by Agri and Allied departments. Chairing the program, the Scientific Advisory Committee and District Agriculture Officer Shopa said the focus and goal of the department is for the welfare of the farmers and called upon the officers to work together to achieve the goal. He said that there are many researches being carried out in the state and asked the officers to make use of the resources for the welfare of the farming community. He also made an appeal to the head of department to have market linkage to encourage the farmers. The meeting discussed on the need to have seed bank, low-cost poly house, upscale cardamom drying and aquaponics, among others. Nagaland's COVID-19 tally reaches to 11,676 with detection of 42 fresh positive cases of COVID-19 today. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyapom tweeted that 19 cases were reported from Dimapur, 10 in Kohima, 7 in Kifre, 4 from Mugukchung and 2 in Peren. Also, 64 patients have recovered, which included 31 in Twensang, 22 from Dimapur and 11 in Kohima. Presently, 10,876 have recovered from COVID-19, while 607 are active cases. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. And now it's the news. Here are the main points again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says agriculture reforms offer new markets to farmers and government is committed to increase farmers' income. Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan says ensuring higher standards of medical education are top priority for government. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Button attributes contribution of Catholic institutions for raising the standards of education in the state. And all states except Tamil Nadu avails benefits of the newly announced scheme for special assistance of states for capital expenditure. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.